Hey, what's going on guys, it's Lewis here for a new video. It is currently raining outside, so this may not be the best setting for this video, but I'm going to try and make it as safe as possible and hopefully not break anything on my car. So the main purpose of today's video is to ensure some preventative maintenance is done to the car by installing a brand new cam tappet. So if I just quickly get it out of the casing for you guys, I was thoroughly surprised by how small this thing actually is. So you see it on pictures on Facebook if you guys are part of any of the groups, and you see this thing and then you see it in person and it's literally tiny. You could literally just fit your thumb on it, so it's that small, and this is a brand new fresh one. I just want to quickly explain what this thing is. I don't actually know what it is, but we're going to find out in a moment. So essentially what it does, I believe, is it sits in between like the fuel pump, as far as I'm aware, and something else and something else and something else, whatever. But I know that it wears out over time, and if it can wear out enough, one, you can lose fuel pressure, so you lose power, and two, you can also blow up your engine. Well, if it gets that bad. I mean, I haven't seen anyone yet that's engine has gone from it, but it definitely can do that from what I've read up on. One thing that I've heard, which I believe is a myth, I believe it's a load of rubbish, but it depends on what tuning company you go with, and I just think that's a load of rubbish personally. I think at the end of the day it's all down to the driver, how you drive your car, and I don't think it's anything to do with the tuning company personally. But one thing that I do know is that they can go on any car. They wear out on any car, so standard, mapped, blah blah blah. But one thing that I do also know is that when you map a car, the fuel pressure goes up, as far as I'm aware. So the fuel pressure goes up, you're more likely to wear it out faster. So we're going to be replacing this today to ensure that, one, we maintain the engine to make sure it's safe and I can continue driving it without anything bad happening, and two, maybe even potentially gain a couple of, figures. I don't know, probably won't get that much from it. I doubt I'll get any power from it, but maybe a little bit smoother delivery, something like that. And three, I just really want to see what my one looks like, because a lot of people are very proud of the ones that they post on Facebook, and I too am really looking forward to seeing what my cam tappet actually looks like. Before I do go ahead and start the installation, because I don't actually know how to do this yet, I'm going to have to read up on it, but before we do install it, I just want to let you guys know that there is a part number on this, and you guys may be able to see it. I think it's 5196089, but don't quote me on that. Here's the packet here for you guys, and there's all your numbers and stuff that you may want to know if you want to go to your local Ford parts sort of parts dealer and show them the part number. I'm sure they can sort you out, because the one that I went to had no idea what it was, and as far as I'm aware, at Ford they don't actually service cars with this part. It's not actually a service item, but it is a serviceable item, and I feel like Ford should maybe start offering that to their customers, because the last thing you want is your engine going boom, and the last thing you want is to lose any power or lose any performance. So yeah, with all of that out of the way, we're going to go and attempt to install this to the car now. I do apologise for dragging on the intro, but I did really want to explain what this thing is, and the benefits of refreshing your current one, and so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that little segment there. So we're going to go and crack on with the fitting of the tappet assembly now. So yeah, I'll see you guys in a second. Alright guys, so first step is to remove the engine bay cover. Mine comes off very easily for some reason, because some of the mounts are broke. That is the reason. Okay, and we need to unplug all of these. Okay, then we need to undo all of these bolts here. We're going to be using an 8mm, and that came out very easily, and do that for all of these. Alright, once we've done that, we need to take this loom off. I'm having a bit of trouble with this here. It's been a little bit annoying, but I'll figure out how to get it off in a moment. While we're here, just take the breather hoses all off as well. PCV hose, and this breather hose too. Go. It's not actually as hard as you'd think. Yeah, it's really not that bad. This one needs to come out as well. There we go. So, wiring loom's all off now. Next step, to take these out. Foil packs. They are quite hot. I'm just going to stick these over here for now. So we need to remove all 4 of those. Right, so now we've got to unbolt this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I believe. Is that part of it? Yeah, I think it is. So 5. So we need to unbolt all of that. Conveniently enough, the last bolt for this mounting plate is right there. So what I need to do is take the headlight off, take this out, and basically pull the crossover pipe off, and off of this for now. So being extra careful with this because this snapped my old one, just so I can get this off. Alright guys, so there's actually more screws than I thought. There's that, these 2, and there's one that I can't get right now, which is down here, which is a deep socket, I believe. I think it's a 10, but it's a bit of an arsehole to get to, so I need to ask my neighbour if he's got any deep sockets for me to borrow, and this should come off. By the way, there's a little blanket, like a heat wrap sort of thing, like a foam pad. Just pull it off here and it will expose these 2. You're probably thinking this is very similar to AT Motorsport's video. That is correct, I've been following their video. This is by no means a guide, this is me following their video, doing it to my own car, and hopefully showing you guys how to do it as well. I know AT Motorsport use terminology and stuff, you guys might not understand, so I thought I'd just show you hands-on how to do it as well. But yeah, we're currently waiting for socket set, and then we'll be able to get that off and crack on with the rest of it. So I'll see you guys in a moment. Right, so that's off now. One thing you guys are going to know, this is the longest screw in existence. So yeah, just got to take this off now. Just covering, etc. Next up, we need to remove this. So 17mm spanner. Need to remove that connection there. Alright guys, so here's the fuel pump. When you do remove this, you want to have some rags there because there will be fuel coming out. Only the tiniest bit, but this is essentially just a connector, as you guys can see, and that connects the 2. So if I pull it, you can see it moving. So there, I believe that squirts the fuel in there, something like that. I'm not very good with this sort of stuff, but we need 2 star pieces, which I don't have, so I'm going to have to ask my neighbour for that again. And then we can pull the fuel pump out and the cam bucket will be in there and we can replace it. We also need to remove this one, my bad, so both of these, so remember put a rag under there and remove that one as well. I just saw an AT's video, this is the, well these are high and low pressure pipes, I don't know which one's which, but yeah, we need to remove those 2. Alright guys, so this pulls out after, and your cam bucket is right there, so we're going to take it out now, clean it off and inspect it. Nice and easy. When you pull that out, this will be underneath, just pull it up and pull her out, and she was facing down like that. And as you can see, there's a bit of wear there. I don't know what that indicates, but not too bad I don't think. So we're going to go and put this new one in and put it all back together. Okay guys, so all tightened up now, there and there. I just went a little bit tight and then a nick. I didn't go overly tight because then you'll start messing stuff up. And on these as well, just tight and then a nick. Just you don't want to go too tight because they're pretty loose. They weren't pretty loose, but they weren't tight when I took them off, so I'm going to leave it that way. So that's all of that done now. We've got this Iron Man looking thing back on. This thing looks absolutely ridiculous. I don't even know what it does, but yeah, that's all on now. So now it's time to put the rocker cover back on, or the cover at least, and then we'll put it all back together and I'll let you guys know what I think. So we're all back together now, and what we're going to do is I'm going to turn on the car just to make sure everything's okay. Also adjusted my intake hose on the crossover to make it sit a bit better, so that was something that I'd done while I was down there as well. So yeah, we're going to turn it on now and see how she sounds. So we're all good in that aspect of things, everything's running as it should, started up really nicely. I think part of the reason why it took a little bit of an extra tick was because obviously a little bit of fuel came out, I think, I don't really know 100%, and also I just took my HT leads out and put them back in, so She's sounding really healthy, and as a matter of fact, and I'm not just saying this, it's probably a placebo, but I feel like it sounds healthier as well. Might be due to me adjusting the induction hose, I'm not 100% sure. By the way guys, what do you think about this whole new look that I've got going on? We've got the, if I can focus there, we've got the white eyebrows now with the pinstripes. I've also got a nice new sunstrip, and looking at it on camera I absolutely dig that. I think that looks really nice. What do you guys think? Let me know. We've got a new splitter on its way soon, and we've also got a new seat and maybe a rear diffuser as well. We're going to see how it goes. So yeah, that's all for this video guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it helped you out. Yeah, I think that's literally everything. So if you enjoyed this video, if you found it helpful, leave a like down below. Comment if you'd like to comment. Just comment on the video. And subscribe to the YouTube channel guys. Until next time, you stay frosty. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.